for match number 28. We've had 15 days of cricket
of the group stages, and we still don't have our top four in their correct positions, never mind that fourth position.
Yeah, you're spot on the money. So as we were saying, just one game today. This is one of only 2 days in the group stages alongside the opening day where there's just the one match. So the Sudar Prashim Royals, with their fanatical fan base, they will take on the Karnali Yaks. Now there's plenty to play for today. The Royals, they're almost guaranteed top two, particularly because of their net run rate. You would imagine that whatever they do today, even if they lose, they'll still be in the top two. But Janakpur will actually be cheering them on, because if Karnali win by about 15 runs or so, something like that, they will go to 10 points and go above Janakpur on net run rate. Chitwan are in no matter what. And then Kathmandu are watching on saying, Sudar Prashim, please, please, please keep us alive. Give the Yaks a hammering, beat them by 55 runs or so, and make us squeeze in fourth.
And you wouldn't put it past the Royals to do something like that, because they've been so good in the tournament. I know they got run close yesterday, but they've got so many match winners in every department. So the Yaks are going to have to be at their very best, or the Gurkhas can unpack their bags.
There has been 2 quite brilliant games we witnessed yesterday. Kathmandu beat the Kings by just that 1 wicket to stay alive. It was a topsy-turvy chase. They tried to get their net run rate going. But then in the afternoon, the banks behind me, they were a sea of yellow. Another quite remarkable atmosphere as the Sudar Prashim fans packed this ground and cheered to the rafters as they took a most spectacular win. Scott Kugelheim was the absolute hero. I thought he's been sensational. He's now joined top of the wicket table alongside Lalit Rajbanshi. 5 for him. It was a one-man show.
Yeah, look, I think he's been, we've spoken about him being a bit of an unsung hero throughout the tournament, because there's been so many other good performers within that side, but he gets wickets at the top, and he's really a specialist at the death. He runs in, he can bowl his Yorkers, he's got good pace, so the bouncer even comes into effect at the back end for him.
We did actually question whether it was the right call. He bowled his first 2 overs and took 3 for 1. And then he was taken off, and we said, well, is this a good call? Surely just keep him going. But his 2 overs at the death ended up being critical.
I think that's something that we've seen over the course of the whole competition, and maybe in other franchise leagues as well. Captains have their plans, coaches have their plans, and they just seem to run those plans out. But quite often we've seen bowlers bowl beautifully, great rhythms, and then they hooked. Whereas I'd like to see captains take a little bit of a risk, take a little bit of a chance, and say, you know what, I'm going to bowl you out, you're going to win me the game early on, rather than all the way at the death.
Poor old Kushal Bertel's horror show of a tournament continued. He was dismissed for a duck. He was just too quick for Dilip Nath there, and these were the 2 comeback wickets at the death. I thought the way in which we saw the Avengers fight, particularly given that they were out of the tournament, was so impressive, and you could make an argument maybe they should have won that game.
Well, if you think about the dismissal of Raymond Rifa, I mean, it was a full toss around leg stump. 9 times out of 10 he hits that out the ground and they go on and win the game, but it didn't. He held out a deep square leg and they ended up losing the game.
It was actually a horror long hop. Do you remember it? Harmeet Singh, a
sorry,
horrible track down, and it was pumped out to deep backward square. And I'll tell you something, I think Raymond Rifa's had a wonderful tournament too. I know he'll be on the plane back home to Barbados probably tomorrow. There's the leading wicket takers. There is 2 overseas players in there, but the hometown bowlers have really been showing their wares.
Yeah, Lalit Rajbanshi has obviously been absolutely magnificent for the Bolts. They got a nice spin attack, and Rijan Dakal with his left armers for the Chitwan Rhinos has been great with Sohail Tanvir. So nice to see the local lads in those tables.
And let's hope that we get to see Karan KC once more, the Kathmandu Gurkhas captain. It was a big event last night in the city. We had Brian Lara in town. We were all there really enjoying it. Karan KC, I thought he spoke beautifully at that. Just touch on that for 1 sec. He said, Brian, you helped inspire me to watch cricket, to play cricket. I can't believe you're here in Kathmandu.
Well, I think that's the big thing, is that a number of the captains were there. I mean, we even sat next to Sandeep Lamachani last night, and he was just in absolute awe of Brian Lara being there. And that is the thing, is players like that have inspired many young cricketers, you and I included, you know, to go on and play this great game. And for Nepal to get someone like Brian Lara here, for Brian Lara to come here and see what this great country has to offer, has been magnificent. Doors are going to just keep opening.
And I tell you something, he spoke pretty evocatively about it as well, about how much he's loving it here with his daughter. Rumour is, don't want to give anything away, we might see him once more before he goes. You just never know. We'll keep that one up our sleeves. What about some of the best bowlers of this tournament? We've spoken about Scott Kugelheim, but actually the best figures belong to an Australian, a Western Australian. I've got a man who lives in Western Australia here in HD Ackerman, William Basisto. Unlikely potentially, but 6 for 28.
Yeah, look, I think since he's arrived, the Yaks have looked a very different side, haven't they? He arrived here bowled first. I think in his first game he was used as a bowler, not as a batter. They worked it out. They got him up the order. He got some runs in his next game. Then he pulled off that amazing six-for. He's contributed, and it's no surprise that through his contributions, I think the Yaks are 4 from 4.
They played their last 4. They've won their last 4. They're on a real roll. And I'll tell you, Sudar Pashim, particularly given that it's less than a 24-hour turnaround for them. Afternoon game yesterday, coming into morning game today, they're really going to have to be at their best. The Yaks, are they thinking about a top 2 spot?
Look, when you 4 from 4, you are thinking that you're going to pull off a victory here, and you're going to, if you pull off a good one, well, it's not that big a one, is it? It's only 15 runs. I mean, we've seen many bigger victories than that. I'm hoping for something from Dev Canal today. I think he's a lovely player to watch. I don't think we've seen the best of him. If he fires, Gulshan Jar's threatened. He's played 1 or 2 good knocks. I think they've got the artillery to give the Royals a real tough go.
I think Gulshan Jar is firing up at just the right time for the Yaks in this tournament. Okay, Darren Gough was out there early this morning for the pitch report. Let's go and see what he makes of today's playing surface.
Welcome to sunny Nepal for the Nepal Premier League. We've got a beautiful, beautiful morning from match 28. The last of the group stages. All to play for still for the Yaks. The Canali Yaks for the Sudar Pashim Royals. We know the top 3 now. It's the Royals, the Bolts and the Rhinos. Those 3 have qualified. But this is an opportunity for the Yaks with a good win. Could actually sneak into that top 2, which would be amazing. The Royals have been outstanding. They're the favourites of the fans. They won yesterday with a very, very tight game. So let's have a look at the pitch, which is 2 over from yesterday, and it's very, very similar. You touch it again. Every morning we have that slight dampness and that slight cold feel to it. So again, as we've seen throughout the tournament, I think the right choice would be to win the toss. I really do. And I think would be to have a little ball just to see how it does, especially with the net run rate playing an important part for the Yaks.
Well, we've just seen the one captain throughout this entire competition in the morning games win the toss and choose to bat first. Will someone be brave enough to do it in such a big game today?
Well, it's amazing how the statistics have now sort of reversed in that the teams that are batting first are starting to win more than the teams that are batting second. So how brave a decision is it, or more an intelligent decision?
Going to be interesting to see, isn't it? It really is. Mikael Vaswani was out there with the 2 captains a little while ago for the all-important toss. Let's go and see what happened there.
Shubha Bihani, Nepal. We are all set for the toss for the final league game in the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. I have the men who matter to my left. Captain of the Sudar Pashim Royals, Dipendra Singh Airi. Captain of the Karnali Yaks, Sompal Kami. And to oversee the flip of the coin, match referee, Mohammad Shafiq. Home side, Sudar Pashim Royals, Dipendra Singh Airi. Give that a flip.
Heads. Head is the call.
Heads is the call by Karnali Yaks. Tails it is. That was a very prompt decision there, Dipendra. What have you decided and why?
बल फर्स्ट गरे यति दिनबाट टस जिते थिएन आज टस जिते मर्निङमा र अलि मोइस्चर देखिरहेको छ विकेटमा सो त्यही भएर बलिङ चुज गरेँ.
The Royals have qualified. Good close game yesterday. What do you make of the mood in the dugout right now?
एकदमै राम्रो छ सबैजना एकदमै राम्रो मुडमा छ र कन्फिडेन्ट पनि छन् र त्यही अनुसारले खेलिरहेछौँ एकदमै राम्रो.
What about your playing 11 now that you are qualified? You want to experiment or you want to go with the momentum?
No, go with the momentum. Same team.
And what about you? Okay, fair enough. Good luck and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, Sompal, happy to bat first?
Yeah, obviously, I know the condition. The ground is nice, so I love to bat.
Right, now what's the score you're looking at?
Maybe Sudar Pashim is good team. We have to good target on the board. So yeah, not 160, 170 is good on that kind of wicket.
Yeah, one of the few teams that made a massive comeback. You have won 4 on the bounce. What has worked for you as a team?
Nothing, just we know our, the way we perform the last game. I'm proud of my team. The way last match they bowled, our bowler, it's amazing to see because we didn't give any extra runs. So I'm proud of my team as well.
Right, what about your playing 11 in this game?
Just one change, Yunis goes out and Reet is coming.
Good luck, Sompal. All the very best.
Thank you so much.
Right, so the news from the centre is the Sudar Pashim Royals have won the toss this morning and they'll be bowling first.
Our thanks to Mikael, as always. That hair looking particularly lovely, I reckon, this morning. Let's get a look at the two sides. The Karnali Yaks, just the one change. Really pleased to see Rick Edom finally get his chance. Often spoken about here across Nepal as maybe a future national team player. Some even think a future national team captain. The former under-19 player is into the team. He'll probably bat up in the top four, or certainly I hope he will bat in the top four, but it's a pretty power-packed top order for the Karnali Yaks. Unish Sakori misses out, and HD for the Royals. They've gone with the same team. We've kind of seen this ruthlessness from every side in the competition. Not much rest or rotation going on.
No, but I mean, the Royals they've been fairly consistent with just the one loss. They were run close yesterday, and maybe that's why they've decided to chase rather than bat first. But I think there's a few players there that have promised a lot but haven't really shone like others, even though they've pulled up great team performance. I think of Binod Bandari. He's got some lovely starts but hasn't really gone on. Harmeet Singh, the left-arm spinners, coming to the side, which is a good acquisition for them. Avanish Bahara with these little medium paces. He bowls a great over here, then a poor over there. And I think the captain, Dipendra Singh Airy, we know that 90% of the crowd actually just come to see the Tiger play. In fact, I think I offered to work on this production only because he's playing, because he's that exciting a player to watch. So quietly, if I'm an impartial man, I would like to see him make a big contribution like he did early on in the campaign.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And even Brandon McMullen, we wax lyrical about how brilliant a player he is, but there's plenty of 20s and 30s and 40s. We'd love to see a real big one, but he might not need a big one if the Royals bowl really well, and Kuggelein again is going to be a massive factor.
Yeah, and I actually think Dipendra likes the chase, that he can control that sort of chase. McMullen's a wonderful player. We're going to hear a lot more of him around the world. With regard to the Yaks, Babar Hyatt, I don't think we've seen the best of him. Lenny, you and I have seen him around the world play some incredible knocks. He's been quite disappointing here. Maybe he comes good at the last moment.
Only have time for one word. Players are out behind us. Who's it going to be?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me that. I'm going to go the Royals.
I'm going the Yaks to keep their winning form going. They're going to make it 5 from 5. Let's get up to the commentary box and enjoy all of the live action.
Thank you very much, Andrew in HD. Yeah, wonderful, nice, warm morning here in the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. It's the final league game in the inaugural edition of NPL Season 1. Match number 28, Sudar Paschim Royals winning the toss, bowling first. Yeah, they've been a side that's been formidable, the form team and the one to beat as well. They played like title contenders, had a close 5-run win over the Pokhara Avengers yesterday, and they come back a little over 12 hours to take on the Karnali Yaks, who won 4 on the bounce. Babar Hyatt, he's not quite lit up the tournament the way he would have liked to. A best of 20, 52 runs, but he's carnage in the middle once he gets going. Very attacking batter up front, very fearless, and he can be very destructive as well. Can he get them the runs today? The Yaks will be hoping for him to strike form just as we head into the playoffs as well. And if you talk about carnage at one end, and quite certainly we see a new change up front here. It's not going to be Dev Khanal opening the innings with Babar Hyatt. It's Rit Gautam. He's the only change the Karnali Yaks have made in place of Unish Singh, and he comes on to open. So it's a new opening combination for the Karnali Yaks in their final league game of NPL Season 1. Good morning to all of viewers. We welcome you all once again from the TU Stadium, and a very good morning to Monali Patel as well.
Very good morning to you as well, Mikhail, as we've got Harmeet Singh to start things off with the ball. Best of 3 for 26. He was handy yesterday, picked up 3 wickets for his side yesterday in a very tight contest. They came over the line at the very end, and they would have felt that maybe a bit too close for comfort. They've already qualified those, so the pressure isn't quite a concern there. Of course, you want to finish in the top 2 to make it a bit easier to get into that final. But at the moment, they're sitting fairly pretty at the top.
Yeah, it's a good contest. On paper, you take a look at both these sides and not much separates because they have a lot of utility factors coming into their playing 11. And they have all to play for. The Sudar Paschim Royals can just consolidate that number 1 spot for themselves and hold on to it as well. With a good strong win, the Karnali Yaks with a big win over here can also give themselves a chance of moving ahead. Kathmandu Gurkhas will be watching this game with great interest. We're all set for ball 1 in match number 28. An immediate turn. Slip in place, and Harmeet Singh is very dangerous with a new ball.
Not afraid to give it some flight as well. This was slow through the air and just grips and turns.
Yeah, there's a deep mid-wicket and a long off in place. Now this is turning. This will certainly create a lot of doubt in Babar's mind. He's not had a great tournament. Slip in place. I like the captaincy by Irie. This could be close at the non-strikers end. Now they complete the run comfortably. Off the mark is higher than the Karnali X.
We should have been struggling on this one. He does make it across. Not quite sure what happened with the throw there. Picked up cleanly. It was just Babar Hayat was quicker. What do you think of the opening change here? Bringing in a new batter up at the top at that too in a very crucial game.
Yeah, they've added a bit more muscle on top. That's fairly understandable. What a delivery. Beaten all ends up. Flight turn. And Harmeet Singh this morning is dishing out some beauties in the middle.
This is an absolute peach. And it's just missed the top of the stumps. This is the effect that Harmeet Singh can have up at the top. He does get turn.
Yeah, not easy for someone like Rit Gautam to come out there and get going. The bounce on that occasion in the previous delivery saving him. Yeah, asked to open the batting in an important game for the Yaks. Oh, he's through him. And that's the end of Rit Gautam. Drafted into the side. He lasts only 3 deliveries as he walks back to the dugout. And yet again, Harmeet Singh strikes early in his spell. What a start here. 1 for 1 after over number 1.
Well, the gamble hasn't paid off for the Yaks. He never looked comfortable. This time he gave himself way too much room. Nowhere close to the ball. Harmeet Singh went a bit fuller as well. Right under the bat, and the middle stump rattled. He's gone for a duck, and the Yaks are 1 for 1.
Mobile banking bata top up garda. Reward point earn गर्नुहोस्. सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट्स छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक. सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Refresh. Banaucha भित्रैबाट fresh.
As Rit Gautam came in and he lasted just 3 deliveries, and the reason why Chadwick Walton is there is because Gautam just departed some time back. A best of 42, 230s for him, strike rate of a little over 110. Yeah, he's did as many as 7 matches. He's come back into form in the last couple of games, but he's not been able to convert it into a big score. The best being 42 against the Pokhara Avengers. What a start here for the Sudur Paschim Royals. Everyone speaking at the right time. Harmeet Singh, Kugaline with 5 wickets. Last evening you have Naren Saud, the left-arm spinner, who's still to bowl. He's got 5 for 19. The boys in yellow are looking dangerous. An economy of under 6. And 13 wickets, one of the leading wicket takers in NPL Season 1.
It's time for some extreme pace here in Scott Kugaline. He really brought out the pace yesterday. And had a good time out in the mid as well. You mentioned it, picked up 5 wickets for just 18 runs. Gave a few wides yesterday though, so want to try and be a bit more tidy on that front. But for me, I'm not quite understanding why shuffle your batting lineup now when you've won 4 games on the trot with the one that you have.
This is high in the air, fine legs up in the circle, but that will clear him, I reckon. Yeah, and he'll run away for a 4. He's living dangerously at the moment, Babar Hayat. Oh dear, what has happened? I'm afraid the fielder has injured himself. Is that Naren Saud? He seems to be in pain. This is not looking good at the moment. Is that the impact of the head on the ground? But these scenes are not looking good for the young man. I hope he recovers and is on his feet as well. We have treatment rushing in for him.
and this one got a bit big on him. Babar Hyatt had no control whatsoever. It was a good effort. I'm not really sure what he's actually hit on the way down, but it's always a concern when you hit your head. We hope that he's all right, because it can be very dangerous. It almost, oh, he smashed into the LEDs there. Smashed right into the LEDs. He's holding his head. And it's good to see that his teammates are around him, but maybe they need to give him a bit of space, because you want to allow him space to breathe, and the physios are there.
Yeah, that's the right thing, Monali. All the others around him need to just move out. I love the physio to be with him. That impact was very evident as well. Momentum was with him. He was chasing the ball, and he just went and hit the advertising boards. We hope he recovers as he receives medical attention. Yeah, Rit Gautam did open the innings with Babar Hyatt, but yeah, he played all over this one.
Full, went extremely full this time, Harmeet Singh, and it's because Rit Gautam decided to give himself some room. Smart piece of bowling this, and good awareness of what the batter's doing. And it was a you miss, I hit moment. Harmeet Singh picks up the first wicket. Again, we continue to question why change that lineup when it's worked for you 4 games in a row, and we're creatures of habit. We see a lot of top sides, they get to important games and they start to do things that they haven't been doing. Stick to what's worked for you.
Yeah, this is how things stack up in the points table at the moment. 3 Qs against Sudur Paschim, Janakpur and Chitwan, which means they've qualified. Karnali as well looking good unless they have a bad outing today against the Sudur Paschim Royals. Kathmandu Gurkhas would be hoping that the Karnali X lose with a big margin for them to go over them. And that's how things are. We are into the final day of the league stages, and we still don't have the order as well and the hierarchy in which number the teams will also stack up. It'll all be decided after the final game. Remember, we have the first qualifier on the 18th of December. This will be played between number 1 and number 2 in the points table, and the winner will straight away progress into the big final on the 21st, and the loser of qualifier 1 will go and play qualifier 2 on the 19th December with the winner of the eliminator on the 18th again between the 3rd and 4th place in the points table, and then the winner of that will progress into the qualifier 2. And I'm afraid the scenes right now for Narendra South don't look very encouraging. He may have to be stretchered off. He'll have to receive medical attention. He's still not being able to gather composure, and we can see that he's being taken utmost care of by the physio. And
yeah, good call there, because the players are asking for a neck brace. With head injuries, the last thing you want to do is move that neck. You want to get that neck brace on, because you don't know what the internal injuries are like. You want to stabilize the head, stabilize the neck, make sure that the blood flow doesn't change.
Yeah, we'll certainly come back with updates in a while. We head into a short break, but on the other side, we'll get you live action as well. Stay tuned.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Into freshness that bonds.
Insta for a complete home. I dare to express myself freely. I dare to aim with precision. I dare to explore new paths, fueled by ambition and unshakable
unshakable focus. I dare to imagine a world where innovation isn't just a concept, but a reality. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
लिन्छु अनि पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइएमए पे वालेट आइएमए पे भए चाहियो के छ
Aaron South is recovering well, and because what just happened some time back was a nasty little incident with him at the ropes where his head went and collided with the advertising boards. There you can see, and after that he's not been able to recover. Immediately he was down, but we are back live with Kuggeleijn bowling to Babar Hayat.
Quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that's how he's played his cricket. He's been a bit too circumspect initially, but today he's decided to just maybe free his arms early in his innings. It looks a good surface, and Kuggeleijn will be enjoying these conditions. He thrived in it yesterday.
He most certainly did. Picked up a handful of wickets, 5 of them. The only issue was the wides, and it really brought it closer than it should have because of those wides. It's extra runs, extra deliveries. Reefer almost taking that game away from them, and then he finally struck and got the all-important wicket.
Yeah, I like this combination for the Royals. You have a spin bowler from one end, an out-and-out pace bowler from the other. Yeah, that's how Babar Hayat likes to play his cricket. Gives the charge on this occasion. 1 bounce, and that'll be a 4 over mid-off. Good intent, good execution there by the Karnaliaks.
This is more like it, trying to make use of these power play overs, and in full control this time. He uses his feet well, and his hands go right through the line. But miscued too, actually, when you look at it at a second glance. Wanted to go a bit straighter, I think. Found a boundary nonetheless. Take the 4.
His second. Once again, the same area and the same result. Babar Hayat is turning it on in the middle, and he's taking on Scott Kuggeleijn.
Better control this time. Making his intentions very clear with this one. Taking on the pace of Scott Kuggeleijn, and this time went where he intended. Through the offside. Just opening the face of the bat. No fielders there. Scott Kuggeleijn will want to try and realign himself. That's just a bit too short to Babar Hayat.
Yeah, Kuggeleijn began his over by having 2 slips, and both of them are out, courtesy those 2 back-to-back boundaries as well. One has moved to mid-wicket. This has been a good counter-attack in this over by Hayat. He's already accumulated 12. This one's a skyer. Someone has to take it, and it's been pouched. The rush of blood getting the better of Babar Hayat, and Kuggeleijn comes back to strike. Hit for 3 fours, and he sends Babar packing. Yaks lose their second wicket.
You could kind of sense it coming. Unfortunately, went a few too many times this time. And Scott Kuggeleijn was smart. Adjusted well, and that's going to be the second wicket. The Yaks, the opening partnership again, has failed. Chadwick Walton's been at the non-strikers for quite some time, yet to see a ball. Went extra short, but got extra bounce and got big on Babar Hayat this time. And a top edge. Well judged in the end. He goes for 13 off 9. The Yaks are 13 for 2.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfee Stock Fantasy.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Runs. H.D. Ackerman at the previous show did mention that he wants to see more of Dave Cunnell in the middle. He's a class act once he gets going. But right now, repair work. Both the batters still to face a delivery. Two new batsmen in the middle. Yeah, I just fail to understand the decision of not having Cunnell on top, Monali.
Yeah, both of these are now practically opening. Yet to get off the mark, both of them. Chadwick Walton just faced his first delivery. Been out there for some time. What an addition this is, and Harmeet Singh coming in from the... Here's this last wicket. Babar Hyatt playing across the line to a ball that was climbing on him. Manages an edge and a very well judged catch by Abhinash Bahara. The thing is, you can shuffle your batting lineup, but when it doesn't work out, you're now 2 down. That's going to play on your mind that you've lost your 2 wickets already. Now they're both off the mark. Dave Canal, he's looked quite comfortable facing that first one.
Yeah. Hard work for the batters in the middle. Rather repair work for Cunnell and Walton. 13 for 2. They've added 2 runs. 15 for 2, but once again, the move has really not worked for the Karnali Yaks. Sudhir Pashchim Royals very disciplined, as always in the first 6.
Our on-field umpire, Himal Rajgiri, worked. And that's going to be the bowler, all on his own. A bit too wide, and he's going to get 2 wides for that.
Yeah, we saw Himal Rajgiri and now his colleague at the other end, Mr. Sanjay Gurung. The on-field umpires for this game, match number 28. Yeah, he's looking good. He'll want to make a statement and just remind the team management that his spot is right on top.
And he's looked good. 2 deliveries spaced, but he's gotten in the right position, holding his shape. He's taken on Harmeet Singh with a bit of confidence there. Something we didn't see from Rit Gautam. It's a dot to end the over. It's 3 gone, 18 for 2.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
DHI happier home. Chutте sahi.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Confirmed. What a wonderful tournament it's been, Monali. Till the final league game, you still don't know who are your top 4 and what's the order as well. Kathmandu Gurkhas watching this game with great interest. As Saif Ali Zaib comes on to bowl. 3 for 33 is best. Well, he's had a very good tournament with bat and ball. Another very fine, multi-dimensional player for the Sudhir Pashchim Royals.
That's nearly chopped on. First delivery in, and as you said it, yes, a good inclusion again from the Royals. He's been handy with the bat, and he's picked up wickets as well. They're saying Harmeet Singh a late entry into the Royals, and he has also had an impact.
Yeah, that's the area he likes. Just like the way he made room for himself, played that inside out. Such an elegant batter when in full flow.
It can be a class act, Dave Cadell, and this is all class. Saif Ali Zaid just a bit too full. Played right under the eyes and driven beautifully for a boundary.
That one kept low. Got to be careful as a batter to the delivery that comes in with the arm. Just trying to create some room and scoring opportunity here.
What do you reckon is going to be par score? They said about 160, 170 on the cards.
It's a good surface, a bit of turn on offer. Reckon somewhere around 130, 140 maybe. Keeping in mind this is a good bowling attack. Remember, it's the Sudur Paschim Royals. But they don't have Narendra Saud because of that injury. Just backing away. That as well, those 4 overs are very crucial because Narendra Saud has been amongst wickets and he's very fine in the middle overs.
The Royals have got nothing to worry about today. Cut away, and this might be half of a chance. The end of the over, 4 gone, 22 for 2.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
NPL Live को unlimited excitement तपाईकै हातमा. Catch the live stream, highlights, NPL packs, free tickets, games and more from NPL with Ncell app. Download Ncell app now. Himsta for a complete home.
Pay attention, Monali. King Kohli fans from Nepal. He has fans world over. I'll not be surprised on Moon as well.
Kohli and you, because clearly he's a fan of you and your hair.
Right. Great eye for detail, Monali Patel. Let me look for someone.
Just out of curiosity, how long does it take you in the morning to get your hair to set the way it does?
Well, just a couple of minutes. As simple as that. It's called the out of bed look. Pulls it. I like Tugalain's approach, his run-up, his rhythm. Very exciting fast bowler.
He's got quite a different run-in as well, doesn't he? Almost like a javelin thrower. He keeps that bowling arm very close to him. Just looks like he's about to release the javelin as soon as he comes up into his run-up. His pace has been very impressive, though.
Bowling in the width of the stumps. That's what you want from your premier fast bowlers in the first 6 overs.
And talking about par score, you saying about 120, 130, and we're saying, you know, the Royals, they're fine. They're not worried about today. Yes, they want to keep the momentum of the wins going, but it's the Gurkhas. They've got their eyes on this game, glued on this game. As that's worked away. And the Yaks, I mean, they'd have to do something really drastically wrong today to get themselves in trouble as well. There's the CAN president. fact, the entire board has been quite incredible in getting this project up and running the way they have. It's been quite a success.
Oh yes, they have their heart and mind in the right place, and that's why Nepal Premier League Season 1 has been a roaring success. The Home Minister as well of Nepal, Mr. Ramesh Lakhek, in the middle. Very good morning to you, sir. I'm sure you're enjoying a wonderful game of cricket.
Got the nice can scarf on as well. I really like those scarves. Got mine on actually under this jacket.
Yeah, it blends so beautifully with the clothing, the can scarf, the muffler. But you come, yeah, what about the headgear, the gloves? You come really loaded, Monali.
Yeah, the Dhaka topi, they've got that on. I just wear my toque. I don't have a Dhaka topi yet, remember? I'm still sulking about it.
Contact Takludai. He has a bag full of Dhaka topis with him. Yeah, I've worn it many times and yeah, it sits very well and just enhances the look too. 25 for 2, the Karnali Yaks put into bat. He's a technically very sound player, is Dev Kanal. It's been a good start here for the Royals. They've taken 2 early wickets. Yaks 25 for 2 after over number 5.
Bond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Well, the Royals have started well again here. And Goffey, they're mixing and matching the ends here. Harmeet bowled from the other end. Scott Kugelheim's bowled from the end that Harmeet now finds himself on.
It is very, very clever, actually. From the Royals, a confident team, a team that are well supported, good players in their side. We've seen Harmeet, a very good signing. And Kugelheim, the last few games, has been on fire.
That's a great shot. It really is a good shot from Walton.
Yeah, he's a strong player, is Walton. Really good player, been around a while now. There's Harmeet bowling his third over. Just dragged it down a little bit, quick on his feet, and the flick of the wrist through mid-wicket. Beautiful strike, look at that, beautiful technique. Got that front leg out of the way, didn't he, HD?
So often. Oh no, 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 no. You could hear the shout of wait, wait, wait. But Dev Kanal was on his bike and now he's going to have to leave the ground.
Well, what confusion. It's the last thing the Yaks needed. They know they need a victory. They want to get into that top 4. Harmeet, just an orthodox delivery. Good punch from Walton to extra cover. Oh, there was never a run. And a comfortable run out. Confusion in the Yaks camp. Delight for the Royals. And there it goes, the disappointment. You can see it. Dev Kanal goes for 7. And the Yaks now 29 for 3.
Canal might say, well, I thought you said yes, 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 Chadwick Walton, but he should know better as Will Basisto enters the fray, because the ball went to Dipendra Singh Airy. There's never a run to short extra cover. Now he does call for the single.
Here he is again, the wicket. Orthodox delivery, good punch, but you don't take a single to this man. Barry, look at that. Perfect throw over the stumps. Harmeet in the perfect position, knocks the bails off. Delight for the Royals. And Dev Canal, there you go. Dipendra Ali goes, and Dev Canal goes for 7 of just 12 deliveries.
The Western Australian Will Basisto has given the connections of the Axe plenty to cheer about since his arrival here in Nepal, with both bat and ball.
His parents came to watch him the other day, put on a show for him, didn't he?
Wide. How were you with your folks when they came to watch you?
I never looked out for them. I tried to block it out, really did. They were probably more nervous than I was. My dad's a nervous watcher.
He's at wides. Or has he got something on it? He's got something on it. He is a good sweeper of the ball, Will Basisto. It's yielded many, many runs for him already.
Yeah, drifting down the leg side again. Poor delivery, actually, from Harmeet. And it could sometimes happen, can't it, when you keep swapping ends? You get comfortable with one end. It is a risk when you keep swapping bowlers from end to end. And he's not got his line right so far this over.
I need more than a delivery to talk to you actually about that, about the swapping of ends. But we're going to get to that after the power play, Goffey, because it's an interesting one for me. Our bowlers have a preferred end. So the worst power play as far as wickets going down for the Axe has been completed. 35 for 3.
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नेरोजों
म त पैसा लिन्छु अनि पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइएमए पे वालेट आइएमए पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Plast अटुट मजबुत सम्बन्ध 10 Plast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
A preferred end when they bowl, but you can't just be a bowler that bowls from one end. You must be able to surely bowl from the other end at some time.
Yeah, I mean, you always have a preferred end as a bowler. I mean, especially when I played at Lords in the UK, the pavilion end. That's the only ground where I couldn't bowl at the other end. I kept bowling no ball after no ball after no ball. So for me, that was the only ground where the pavilion end was the one for me. But you should always be, as a bowler, if the captain asks you which end you want, you should always say, I want this end. Right? But in obviously one-day cricket, you have to change.
Dynamite in the field, isn't he?
Well, he is, and they didn't make the mistake of trying to run one there. It's already lost 1 wicket to a run out. Yeah, safe. Zaid, like I said, family friend, known him a long time, but look at this for fielding. Absolutely outstanding.
And the thing is, it can be so different, can't it? I mean, you look at a cricket ground from a distance, a spectator, and thinks, well, what's the problem? But sometimes you can be running uphill, there can be sometimes a little wind at your back.
Yeah, as a fast bowler, I mean, I always like the wind behind me, pushing me towards the wicket, especially as I got older. But because I was small in height compared to some of the other bowlers, they always used to say, oh, well, you'll be good against the wind because you can get under it. I said, no, trust me, I'm built like a rhino. I'm not getting through that wind. Let Carrick bowl against the wind.
with some bowlers who just, they'd run in and bowl their first 3 overs, let's say, from the south end of the ground, and it would be a real struggle. And you would just say, why don't you have a little run in from the other end? And all of a sudden they'd run in from the other end and everything would come together. So you can't give up on your day.
It's a feel, isn't it? It really is. Sisto is sticking to the sweep shot. Another fine sweep this time. Pick up a single. Keep rotating the strike. You can't get it to boundary. Get a 1, get a 2. All goes on to that scorecard. 37 for 3 now, the Yaks.
So much at stake for them today. If they get an absolute hammering, they could miss out on a 4th place finish. But if they win comfortably, they could end up in 2nd place.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, to go to the last game of the group stages with the Yaks, knowing it could go either way. They could be out and the Gurkhas nip into 4th place, or but if they win comfortably, they could even get into that top 2. It's been, I mean, you couldn't write it. You couldn't write it.
Laps again. Plays that stroke well. Gets so low to the ground. End of the 7th. 39 for 3.
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
शिक्षा र खेलकुदका माध्यमले विश्व मानचित्रमा चिनिँदैछ मेरो सिटी अफ क्रिकेट बन्गडी अनि यो सहर चिनाउन अगुवाई गर्ने मेरो कलेज मेरो एसपीए कलेज मेरो गौरव
Good shots down the ground from Baba. A couple of real good shots, but then too many, and he just popped one up in the air. Chadwick Walton, that was the shot of the game for me so far. And then the mistake. Dev Canal run out comfortably, huge mistake. And the Yaks are now 39 for 3.
The Scotsman, Brandon McMullen, the all-rounder. Handy little swingers. Right, it's about this time of the day where we need to nip downstairs and see who Manali Patel has with her.
Thank you so much, HD. I've got a very special person with me, Swastika Khadka. She is an actress and she is a fan favorite here in Nepal, and she's a brand ambassador for the Karnali Yaks. So glad to have you with us. Tell us about what got you in the sport.
Well, that's one beautiful voice I've been hearing for quite some time now. Good to see you. Well, sport, into cricket. It's not been that long since I've been interested in cricket. It's from the last qualifying World Cup qualifying match that happened in Nepal. One of my movies was associated with the league, with the tournament, so I got into cricket from that very time. So it's been, after then there's no looking back.
Yeah, it's quite an infectious sport. Talk to us about what it's been like being the brand ambassador and what sort of role you play.
I am appointed as the I'm appointed as the face of Karnali Yaks, and there are a lot of questions why actress for the cricket team and stuff. But then what I believe is, cricket is a very unifying sport. It's so is art and music and movies, and there are lots of people who are into sports. But then there are few people who are just into movies and music and arts. But then I can be a beautiful bridge to both of these, and I can have a beautiful crossover for these two. So I am here as a brand ambassador.
And clearly the fans absolutely love you. What's your experience been like with the Yaks and seeing all the success that they've had, especially in the last 4 games, 4 wins?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. We have a wonderful team, from owners to, oh my God, from owners to our team members, players. They've been doing really well. from our captain to our local player. I mean, he's been a savior for us. Bipin Sharma, he's from Karnali, one of our mandatory local players from Karnali. He's delivering so well, and foreign players and everybody. It's been wonderful being associated with Karnali.
And your thoughts on the tournament overall and the experience of this crowd?
I am speechless. This is a surprise for me, in fact, because we've had few local tournaments before, but then the participation, the amount of craze, the amount of the hype, the amount of participation. We've had some kind of expectations regarding the hype and participation, but then, I mean, you can see it's a surprise for us. More than the finals, this can be controversial, but then more than the finals, I'm excited for the second year.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस् तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौ
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hops your way of quality living.
Join us and the ranks of thousands of successful students who have unlocked their full potential by pursuing their education overseas. Right Path Career Counseling.
4 in a row for the Yaks. Win, 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 win. They have momentum on their side, but today they face the big boys, the Royals, in the final game of the group stages.
It is amazing, isn't it? Momentum, losing those first two, but then going on a roll. Here we go, disappointment from Basisto. Always believe on this pitch, HDs, but it's in the square shots, trying to cut shot. The sweep shot, the cross-back ones seem to work, but those cut shots have proven difficult, haven't they?
I do think that one stroke that Walton played off his back foot where he cleared his front leg and hit it through mid-wicket for 4. Oh, big shout, big shout, big shout. A long, hard look, and given the longest of looks. And eventually Walton has to see the dreaded finger.
It was the death stare, wasn't it, from the umpire. Walton tried to play that sweep shot. But there you go, say pretty straight to me. Oh, it's dead. Hit in middle stump for me. Delight from the Royals. There he goes, pleading to the umpire, and the finger eventually rises. And it's a big wicket for the Royals. Chadwick Walton falls for 11. LBW, safe save, and the Yaks now at 43 for 4.
They might be 4 from their last 4 games, but the Royals are putting them under tremendous pressure. Gee, having a look at that dismissal in slow motion, I can't believe he took that long. It was plumb in front.
Absolutely. Absolute plumb, wasn't it? Here we go. Zishan Maksood comes to the crease. It's his 7th match this series. Just the 29 runs. With a strike rate of 91. So I wouldn't say he was on fire or in form, but he's going to need something special if the Yaks are going to get a decent total here.
He played one very important stroke earlier on in the competition. Zishan Maksood. All sent back. They They've seen Dipendra Singh Neri, and he is now causing mayhem in the outfield.
It's put doubt, hasn't it, in the batters' minds. Wherever it goes now, they're concerned about the run out. Here we go, look at that. Gently sets off, always quickly set back. There was an easy one for me there, though. But confusion set in and panic.
It happens. It happens. Think of the great South African fielder at mid-wicket and short extra cover, John T. Rhodes. He did exactly the same thing to batters. You just weren't sure where the single was.
There's always a single to me, HD, I'm afraid.
No run there. I was talking about Zishan and that they needed 4 to win off about 8 balls, and he swung and missed it, so many, and then when it came to moment critique, he laced one through extra cover to give them the victory. He can bat. And now he will get off the mark. So that's the end of the 9th, 44 for 4.
उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
Goffey, but this doesn't look like a 44 for 4 pitch.
It doesn't, but I said a little bit tacky, isn't it? In the morning, that first up, and you wouldn't mind having a little ball. Since you're gripping the surface a bit more, and it's definitely not a 44 for 4 pitch of 9 overs, and they're going to have to score it around 8 and over to put a decent total on the board here. Gives them a round to score around, what, 130? Can they go on from here? Mullen, on 1 over, he's got none for 3 so far. Tall bowler, medium pace.
And he's also bowling in the position that I think it was yesterday where you felt this would be more, you'd be more suited to bowling in this position.
Absolutely. Bowling in the power play, I don't think he's the type of bowler, unless the ball is swinging and seaming all over the shop. But I think he's the type of bowler that can be very effective once the power play is gone. He mixes it up well. He's tall. And what it does, HD, it just gives him a bit of security, doesn't it? Gives him a bit of cover. Because if you really want to go at him, because he's not going to hit you on the head, right? So you're looking to get forward to him, and if you can power him down the ground in that power play, but now you've got a little bit of cover, you can put men out on the boundary, and it just gives him that little bit of security.
The man at extra cover is tight. He's saving 1. Just tucked away. There's something that the sides who are playing well versus the sides who haven't played so well, what they've done is those men inside the 30-yard circle, they've had them squeezing rather than just sitting back on that 30-yard circle.
Yeah, and I think on this surface in this arena at the stadium, they've got to be stopping 1. They really, really have, because the boundaries are quite short.
Frustrating as a bowler either when you run in and you bowl a good one on off stump or middle and off stump. It's nice and tight, and the old defensive stroke allows them to rotate the strike. And sometimes you like to line a batter up, don't you? You want a number of balls to him rather than him backwards and forwards.
Especially in this format as well, because the batter wants to keep the scoreboard going, right? You're in a position now where they're afraid to take a big risk now, so they're looking for singles, they're looking for 1s and 2s straight at the strike. They need to bat this pairing now for at least 4 overs to give them a bit of a platform at the end.
moment he thought he was in the game there, McMillan, but instead Zishan does get a single, which completes the 10th. 47 for 4.
एनपीएल वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो पीआरबीटी सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Into freshness that bonds.
Insta for a complete home. Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hops your way of quality living. Insta for a complete home.
उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
End of it. They really have. They have made this league what it is. Oh dear, not again. What is this one? Well, I've got Manali Patel with me. You said you can read the local script a bit, can't you, Manali? Taklu Uncle.
Yeah, I can read it pretty slowly. I just need a better angle of it.
Taklu Uncle hi from Nepal.
It's literally exactly what's written in English that's been written there in Nepal.
It's helping teach us then. I like that.
It's actually the same letters that they use to write Hindi and Gujarati, so I read it very slowly, but I can pick it out.
Namaste, ladies. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Great that you're having a good time here at the MPL. Fans are loving it, aren't they? This game, Manali, the Yaks are... They're not safe by any stretch, are they? We'll have to wait for the official tournament statistician in terms of the exact calculation. But if the Royals restrict the Yaks to, let's say, under 120, and they tend to go at it, don't they? At the top, Binod Bandari, the man on your screen there, he attacks right from ball 1. Brandon McMullen often comes in at number 3. Kusi Harmeet Singh's run up the order again. You just wouldn't be surprised. Saif Zaib, of course, good ball striker. Do you think the Royals... I know their focus will just be on finishing first or second, which they're probably going to do anyway. But do you think the Royals also would kind of quite like to knock the Yaks out, or are they thinking about that at all?
I was thinking about that. Who would they rather have in the top 4? Would they rather have the Gurkhas or would they rather have the Yaks? The Yaks have won 4 in a trot and they seem to be just finding their groove with every win. Today's a bit of a slow start for them, but the Gurkhas have kind of been all over the place. I'm not really sure from a perspective of the two teams at the very top. If I were to fancy my chances, I would say maybe take on the Gurkhas instead of the Yaks, who have started to get stronger as they've continued in the tournament.
Yeah, I suppose there is the possibility that they end up playing neither of them, of course, as well, because if they finish, most likely they're almost guaranteed first or second right now. Very likely to finish first, to be honest with you, with their net run rate, whether they win or lose today. But they'll be thinking, well, win that first game, go straight to the final, and then they may end up playing neither Karnali nor Kathmandu. But I'll tell you something, the Kathmandu Gurkhas are sitting in their team hotel. They're watching live on Action Sports HD or maybe on Ncell, on the Dish On Go app possibly. whichever device they're watching on, they are cheering on the men in yellow. They're saying every dot, every wicket helps our chances of staying alive. And then who knows, if they squeeze in, kind of played some good stuff the last little while, the Gurkhas. You win 3 games, you're the inaugural champions. It's a great system. I love the 8-team structure with 4 teams going through. Every game has jeopardy.
It's quite incredible to see that it's come down to the wire as well. We've seen plenty of action, and here we are. We're still undecided on that last spot. This is going to be an outside edge, and it's a bit of luck for Zishan Maqsood that he picks up a boundary. Unlucky for the bowler. What do you make of the start, though? I mean, they've shuffled the batting order. The top order's not worked again.
Yeah, first boundary for 28 balls, and being honest, Maqsood was desperate for it. 3 off 10. As he's come into the latter stages of his career, he's a real problem starting early in his innings. He also runs between the wickets at this stage quite poorly. And you would think that he needs to start to accelerate. They're only going at 4.7 per over here, not even going at 5 and over. Not sure 100, 120 is going to be anything like enough for the Axe.
Yeah, and it's quite different from what their skipper said at the toss, where he was expecting 150 plus to be competitive. At this rate, they're not getting there. That's the ultraviolet F77. Got an industry-leading range of 323 kilometers, and that's also going to be a top speed of 155 kilometers an hour.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्। ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्। सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौं।
अरे यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश, यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो, यसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hops your way of quality living.
DHI happier home. Trip days hey.
Well, whilst you were probably off on break, there was a big roar across the TU because their favourite son, Dipendra Singh Airee. Listen to that noise. The Tiger into the game. Only 3 wickets. You know, this is close, but bat involved for Basisto. Stifled appeal. I always say about Dipendra Singh Airee, he's come in for a lot of criticism this year. See there, the bat involved. He's come in for loads of criticism in ODI cricket. Why is he still in the team? Should be dropped, only averaging 17. You can't actually place a rating on his value in sheer numbers alone. It's his impact in terms of his fielding, his captaincy in the Royals case. I think he provides a lot of leadership to the Nepal team too. Just his general attitude to the game, it's infectious.
It's also the part that perplexed me the most when Nepal were touring in Canada. Canada Oman Nepal series this summer, where he was benched for a few games. I mean, you said it, he's got an impact. The man comes on the field and he creates chances, he saves runs. Quite shocking that he didn't play every game. In fact, he was dropped for quite a few of them over there. And he's been outstanding here at the Nepal Premier League.
Yeah, I think in ODI cricket he just still hasn't found his role, is he? Averaging 18.9. But again, you look at the value with his bowling. Economy rate under 4. Now, Binod Bandari should have done better here. Will cost a bye. One of the things I've loved has been the smiling faces up in the crowd. Love to you, madam. Good news too, because you're the sparkling smile fan of the match. And there's a Happy Dent hamper on its way to you. Nice shades as well.
Mention his bowling, and he's doing exactly that here. This has been a very tidy over. Zishan Maqsood looks very uncomfortable. This time a bit too short. And Zishan Maksud capitalizes as he cuts this away for 4. Ends the over on a high. Maksud, 12 gone, it's 58 for 4.
उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन delightful.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
अरे यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
For Naren Saud, did get down pitch side just to check, both with the doctor on the field, because Dr. Ishan Pandey was one of the first to him, one of his teammates, and also our amazing team of doctors here who've been here every single day, and they said they're hoping it's just precautionary. We don't have any update just yet, but certainly it looks like it will be at a minimum a concussion. And of course, at the moment, Karak Bahara is on as a sub-fielder. They can talk to the match referee at the halfway stage. As Bahara comes into the attack, there's every chance there'll be a concussion substitute, I would imagine. That's not confirmed yet. Karak Bahara more of a batter they won't use as often. They don't need it. They've got 6 bowlers already used. So we'll update you on that at the halfway stage. But I suspect Karak Bahara may well come in as a concussion substitute. All our thoughts, all our best wishes of Naren Saud. Never like to see a player injured leaving the field in a stretcher. Nasty moment.
It really was a nasty moment, a very worrisome moment as well. It's the head that you really have to worry about. He took it right at the top of his head.
Bahara interested, umpire much less so. Yaks are going nowhere here. Manali, are they in trouble? I'm not talking about losing the game, I'm talking about going out of the competition.
They're getting some runs somewhere. If the singles, the dot balls, they're all starting to add up. 42 dots so far. 42 is a lot in the context of the game. That's going to be a wide. Just in the 13th over, and to have 42 dots it tells the story of a real struggle with the bat this morning.
Well, yeah, 42 out of what is 74 legal deliveries bowled thus far. Very high dot ball percentage. Coaches always want that under 30%. Nearly double that right now. More like 60%. Again, Zishan Maksud, he just dawdles between the wickets, doesn't he?
And that, again, is the other problem. Because guess what the Royals do really well? They run between the wickets very well. Dipender Singh, Airy, lightning fast between the wickets. All of them can turn singles into doubles before you know it. They put pressure on the fielders. We've yet to see that from the Yaks.
Oh, this is close. Maybe just height and a bit of angle going against Bahara. I quite like that one. De Sisto, maybe just getting the benefit of a very tight decision.
Maybe just going down leg. It was a good call. The Yaks are going to be thankful that Basisto's still out there. He's had a real impact in almost every game that he's played. Part of the run getters in the previous game as well. How many man of the matches has he picked up? Player of the matches so far. 2 player of the matches picked up. As Zishan Maksud slowly gets across to the other side.
Yeah, one was solely for his bowling, the other was for an all-round performance. Bat and ball. Oh, I think this is very close. For me, that's out. It's not missing anything. That's going on. Middle and leg, it's crashing into Himal Rajgiri, the man umpiring. I will say one thing, though. It would have brought Gulshan Jah to the crease. I think the longer he stays on the bench, maybe the better for the Royals. He'll add momentum. The Yaks need him out there. It's 63 for 4.
Please talk fantasy.
खुशीको कनेक्सन
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Or so, but actually that's looking pretty unlikely for Kathmandu to squeeze in. They will need to hunt down this Yaks total very quickly to knock the Yaks out. I'm going to get you the exact calculations when I can. It's probably somewhere in the 12 to 15 over region. That's a very wide number of deliveries I'm giving you, but it needs a 0.43 swing between the two. Kathmandu right now, they have life, they have hope. It's not in their hands, of course it's not. There's every chance Sudar Pashim might do the business for them here. I think that's a really good piece of keeping because that was speared in rapidly. Also a good piece of umpiring. Shouldn't have been a wide and it wasn't given.
Quick reflexes, this. Ball was travelling at some speed and good adjustment as well from Dipender Singh Ari.
Nicely played. The sweeper is out there. We'll keep it to a couple because of the fumble. Safe save. Sanjay Gurung, our other standing umpire. Great to have him back after his Under-19 Asia Cup duties. The umpires have been really enjoying it. Hasn't been easy for them, has it? Because the pitch is not so much the last 3 or 4 days, but there is 3 or 4 days after our day off where they were so tricky. It makes batting harder, it makes umpiring harder. Slog sweep, beats the dive in the deep, and now Zishan finally starts to get going.
Desperately needed runs these for the Yaks. Zishan Maksud. He picks up a boundary, moves on to 21. And he's done really well to sweep this well in front of him. That's another Super 4 powered by Ansel, and also with that it's 4 education kits for school children for every 4 scored. That's powered by our Ansel Foundation. Going at 5.2 runs and over. This partnership's starting to build, which is a positive sign. 29 off 33 now. It might just be building that platform. We know Wilbur Sister can hit down the order.
Just can't get anything on Dipender Singh right now, though, can he? End of the 14th, 72 for 4.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Need this to get going, though. It's only striking at less than a run a ball, and the run rate throughout the entire innings is just over 5. Surely they need to get up to at least 130, 140, not just in terms of having a chance of winning the game. Ooh, now, that's a clever piece of batting. He's fortunate. He's going to get 4, a tickle off the bat. Bahara thought he had his man. Instead, Maksud is the one providing some impetus.
Does very well. Gets it nice and fine this time. And Bahara with a cheeky smile. Can't do much about that. It is 4 runs. It's going to help the Yaks total.
He's had a funny tournament, Bahar. He's a little bit topsy-turvy. Lots of wickets, lots of good impacts, and then the occasional expensive one. Life of a death bowler, I suppose. Yeah, you just mentioned those education kits that Ncell Foundation are going to give. Great announcement last night as well, wasn't there? At the Brian Lara dinner, the Presidential Graduate School are going to be naming a Nepali emerging player of the tournament with a scholarship for 1 million Nepali rupees. Got the car going to the best domestic player of the tournament too. That was all part of a really nice evening last night where we had Brian Lara alongside all the franchise owners, lots of sponsors. And what was, certainly you'll tell me better as you were in the audience, thought was the most insightful interview with maybe one of the great icons of our game.
It was a lovely evening, and it was really nice to see Can put up that evening that we had. I mean, it was great that they called it a cocktail evening, and then we show up and it was a massive banquet. You know, all the franchisee owners were there, some of the players were there, the sponsors were there, and it's always nice to get some insight from the legend Brian Lara. My highlight though was Coffey's question to him.
Yeah, Coffey, what a legend. But he spoke really evocatively, didn't he, about Nepal, that the country's always fascinated him and he's adored it here. And I think probably what's made it special, when you're as big as Brian Lara is, you get asked to do all sorts of things. The fact that he's here with his daughter for the daddy-daughter trip, he spoke beautifully about that up at Everest Base Camp yesterday. Some of the photos have been all over social media. And given that he was up at, 5 a.m. for base camp, he was in flying form. Great to see him last night.
Yeah, he really seemed to have a good time yesterday. Enjoyed his time, not only with all the events that you had planned, all the questions that you asked him, but also the questions that you had asked the audience to ask him. It was great to hear from some of the players asking him, you know, their insights.
That was my highlight. Rod Dowdall asking him, how did you get so many runs so consistently? You could see him visibly moved by Brian Charles Lara's answer. Great to see one of the greats giving back here in Nepal. Zishan Maqsood seems to be taking the upper hand in his partnership with Pasisto, who's struggling to get going. With 5 overs remaining, the Yaks are in trouble here. 81 for 4.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नेरोजो.
To up the ante in the last couple of overs, trying to be very adventurous, trying to manufacture some shots, use some angles as well. And Basisto has not been himself this morning. They cut away 2 dots to begin with over number 16, and a very good morning to H.D. Ackerman as well.
How are you, good sir? Just can't seem to get going, can they? You wonder if they're trying to just post a score that would sort of make them safe. It would make the Royals struggle to chase down in the sort of allocated amount of overs, which would ensure that the Yaks get through. It's a tricky one. Amazing the different scenarios that we have here in the final game of the group stages.
Yeah, and that's why I feel Dave Cunnell at number 4 is not a great idea for the Karnali Yaks. Someone who's made their opening position his own. Should have continued. That derailed the top order. Rid Gautam playing his game in the third delivery of his departed. It all just went haywire, and that's why they're struggling the 16th over, only a little over 80. Dave Cunnell has opened in all the previous games for Karnali Yaks. Now that should be a soft dismissal. Basisto struggles, finally leads to a wicket over here. That's an ultraviolet ballistic moment of the day as well. He departs.
to find any fluidity to his innings, Will Basisto. He has been the pick of the batters for the Yaks over the course of their campaign, but this time Dipendra Singh Airy has the better of him. A little top edge, simple catch. Yeah, they're in a heap of trouble here. He's the Western Australian. Basisto goes for 16, 82 for 5.
Back in the dugout for the Karnali Yaks. Babar got off to a start, Walton and Basisto as well, but they could not go past the 20-run mark as the Sudur Paschim Royals once again just shows so much of versatility in their bowling ranks. What a time for him to come out. Gulshan Jha, what an innings he played a couple of days ago, unbeaten, 49 runs. Perfect setting, perfect stage for him to play his natural self. Need to at least get something on board. Gets off the mark. He'll retain strike as well for over number 17. Time since the last boundary, as many as 11 deliveries. 16 gone, 83 for 5.
Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozum.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hops your way of quality living.
Aba khilne cha Nepal.
Projected scores here for the Karnali Yaks. Ideally, they'll want to go over 130, give themselves cushion, and ensure that they put it past the Sudur Paschim Royals. At the moment, they don't have the runs on the board. 83 for 5 after over number 16, and it's going to be Kugalayan to Gulshan Jha. In the meanwhile, an encouraging update. HD, Naren Saud is recovering well, and he will soon be on his feet as well. We got some very fine and encouraging news from the hospital that all is fine and there's nothing serious about his condition.
I think we all breathe a sigh of relief because those are never nice images when we see a player being put on a stretcher and taking out the ground. But we've received very positive news.
Shad Assams at the non-striker's end, and he's been run out. That's the brilliance of Dipendra Singh Airy. You chance his arm, you're running into danger. And from the 30-yard circle, the batter had given up the moment he saw it was Airy in the middle. He is electric in the field.
It's the speed, the movement over the ground. As soon as Zishan calls for one, Gulshan knows, I'm done here. He gives up. He absolutely gives up. But let's bear in mind that Dipendra Singh Airy still has to hit directly, and he does it. He doesn't disappoint. Gulshan Jha goes for 2. The Yaks are in big, big trouble at 84 for 6.
place. Put into bat, they have lost 6 wickets for 84. The last one, the brilliance of Irie getting the better of Ja as the captain of the Yaks comes out. Got a strike rate of 225, very handy in this time of the game. Yeah, once again, a very good turnout here. Take a look at that throw. HD, your thoughts?
Oh, he's brilliant. The way he gets into position when he collects the ball. Bear in mind, once you collect the ball, you've got to get in a strong position to be able to take aim and throw powerfully. And that's what he does so quickly. He is sensational in the field. Now, I know Zishan Maksud will be blamed, but I always say the same thing, is that the non-striker, he is allowed to say no. But Gulshan Jah set off, and then halfway across, he thought, oh, I am in a spot of bother.
Just over the fielder at Kawa. And that should have enough legs to go for a 4. Against the run of play, a much-needed boundary after 14 deliveries. And Sompal Kami is off the mark as well with a boundary.
I think Kugalan was looking for a Yorker first up here to Sompal, but that is an error, because as a batter, having just walked to the crease, if you were asked every day of the week and twice on Sundays, what is the delivery that you would like to get, that would be it.
Every run matters from here for the Yaks. Slow delivery. To really talk about the brilliance of Irie. When he comes on to bat, comes on to bowl in the field, everything that he touches turns into gold in NPL 1.
Started so well with the bat. Since then, he hasn't delivered as much as we all hope for him to deliver, but there's still a long way for his team to go. They have qualified, so we're going to see them again.
He spoke about the non-striker at the other end also having the right to say no, but sometimes does a younger batter, a newer batter, just hesitates to decline the run from a senior batter.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you know, when you're in the middle, age is of no significance, experience, you know, you've got decisions to make. There a simple no would have done.
Yeah, throws the bat at this one. Six runs and a wicket of Gulshan Jah in this over. It's 89 for 6 after 17.
DHI happier home. Chuttai tha hai.
For a complete home.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Your game day 15, match 28, final league match in NPL season 1. Sudhir Paschim Royals playing the Karnali Yaks. The Karnali Yaks need to keep in mind that they need enough runs on board to give themselves a good chance, strong chance of staying in the top 4. And at the moment, it's a bit of a hustle for them in the middle. Now, that's typical Sompal Kami. He eyes that mid-wicket region.
He does have an impressive strike rate in the tournament so far, Sompal Kami. Not a huge amount of runs, but whenever he's been at the crease, he does score quickly.
He can bat. He has done some good job with the bat previously for Nepal. He's so quick between his deliveries, Irie. Tries of catch it. Fielder coming underneath. Straightforward catch. Kuggeleijn takes it. McMullen, beg your pardon. And Zishan perishes in his bid to accelerate. Another wicket here for Dipendra Singh Irie.
As a batter against Dipendra Singh Irie, you want to be playing the game at your pace because he rushes you. He rushes you between balls. He rushes you while he's bowling. And here the toe end of the bat is found. The matchup works. The off spinner against the left-hander. McMullen's got a safe pair of hands. A promising innings from Zishan, 30 of just the 35 balls. But the Yaks, well, they nearly bowled out here. They're 90 for 7.
Throwing their bats at everything. Good fielding. Getting the appreciation of the captain as well.
They've been excellent, haven't they? Considering they're already through to the qualifiers, it would be so easy to just rest on your laurels, but they've been excellent.
Yeah, they've been a bowler shot as well. Naren Saud's been out of action. I did speak to Irie at the toss and I told him any plans to change 11. No, he says we want to take this momentum all through. What an over this has been. Just 3 runs and a wicket as well of Zishan Maqsood. It's 92 for 7.
Blast, pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo.
एनपीएल वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो पीआरबीटी सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
In the world, we've been having a couple of drives all through Nepal and we are thoroughly enjoying it. Absolutely no sound, no noise. HD, your thoughts?
I nearly got run over by one because I didn't hear it.
Oh yes, but the features inside, the drive on the road, the suspensions, it's a very, very nice and a comfortable drive and fully equipped as well from inside the Omoda and Jayco, the futuristic vehicle. Yeah, he's had this problem, Kuggeleijn, of conceding extras in the death. Did speak to him yesterday at the presentation. He said he was trying for the off-cutters, but sometimes just losing his radar as well.
Tends to be down there, you're right, with the off-cutters. When he does lose it, it goes down the leg side. I'll tell you that a vehicle, it fits 3 comfortably in the back because we were in it last night, weren't we? Beautiful vehicle.
This one's in the air, over mid-off, and that's a fine hit as well. A couple of bounces, 4 for Sompal Kami. As many from here on will help the Yaks. They're getting close to the 100-run mark.
With his pace, Scott Kuggeleijn has been happy to bowl a length at the back end, particularly to the tail enders. But here he might have to change a little bit. He might have to vary that pace or even look for the odd Yorker. He does have a swift bouncer as well, because Sompal Kami will be looking to smash anything that is a length deep in the crease.
Nicely bowled. Just keeping it wide of his arc underneath the bat. Yeah, you have a deep backward point. Thirds up in the circle. And now he's calling mid-off inside and pushing third to deep. So you have a deep third and a deep backward point with mid-off up in the circle.
Right now, when he brings mid-off up, he can't be too full. Can't be too full. He might just go a length again, a hard length, or pace off.
The hard length that you spoke about, HD. Just the perfect hard length. Make it difficult for the batter to play a shot.
I think the nature of T20 as a bowler or as a captain, you expect that the odd delivery will go for 4 or 6. But where I think you can excuse it is if you've got the correct field to the correct delivery. It's when you get the field wrong to the delivery where you hang your head, really. I mean, if that disappears for 4, that's fine. But the field said he had to bowl that delivery.
Gets into good position, will only get a single. Like the way he played that shot over there, Arjun. Bit of a pull, bit of a flick.
But again, there was the protection away on the leg side. That single did bring up the 100 for the Yaks, but now the change of field again. Long off goes back, and the man at deep third has come up into the 30-yard circle, so you won't be surprised now if he looks to go Yorker, because he doesn't mind getting hit down the ground. So either Yorker or pace off the ball.
The slower delivery. He sold him a dummy over here. Fielder getting underneath. And another spectacular catch. The boys in yellow are very sharp in the middle. Sompal has to depart. And Kuggeleijn gets another wicket.
Very clever from the New Zealander. A change of field for the different batter. He could either go Yorker or take pace off. He opts for pace off. And Kami is through his stroke before the ball even gets to him. It spirals in the air, and this is a fine catch running in from that boundary. It is Ishan Pandey, the man in the deep, that hangs on. So the captain goes for 11, 100 for 8.
Here by the Sudur Paschim Royals as the Karnali Yaks have had an off day with the bat in the middle. Just the one batter getting to 30. That's been the story for them as Nandan Yadav makes his way to the middle with Scott Kuggeleijn into his final delivery of his spell. Yeah, he's had an amazing outing, a 5-4 last evening. He finishes with 2 for 29 in his 4 overs. He's been one of the pick of the bowlers for the Sudur Paschim Royals. It's 100 for 8.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Banking. पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
अब खेल्ने छ नेपाल।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
Royals leading the pack over here. He's on the leaderboard, 15 wickets for him. He finished with 2 for 29 today. Rijan Dhakal for the Rhinos has been impressive. What a way he's come back into the tournament and made a name for himself. Lalit Raj Banshi also has been a star with the ball. Nepal's premier left-arm spinner. Talking about left-arm spinner, well, Harmeet Singh has had another very fine outing this morning as well. He'll bowl the final over. What makes it so difficult for the batters to go after Harmeet, HD?
He's a big, tall man, and I think that these surfaces have suited the finger spinners because there's a lack of pace. One turns, one doesn't turn. knocked it away on the leg side. It'll just be a single.
Yeah, the Sudur Paschim Royals will be a very happy and a relaxed dugout. That's because they've done the job with the ball. This is not a big total here by the Yaks. Yeah, you can try every shot in the book, but this man will keep playing with your mind if you're a batter. This one's in the air. McMullen underneath that. Another catch. Pouched safely. They are a safe house in the middle, the boys in yellow, and are enjoying themselves as well. Nandan has to depart. Harmeet takes his second.
He nearly spills this, McMullen. He's got a safe pair of hands. And Harmeet was very confident when he saw who the fielder was coming in from long off. But nearly. Oh, he hangs on. Yeah, that was close. 9 down now as Yadav goes without scoring. 101 for 9.